Hello everyone, back again to Coconut Story, where we give you stories for your entertainment. Today we have a fresh story from Reddit titled as, My Ex Was Living a Double Life. And if you want more like this, please like, comment, and subscribe my Coconut Army. What if the person you loved and trusted the most turned out to be living a double life? What if everything you thought was real unraveled, leaving you blindsided by betrayal? This is the harrowing story of lies, manipulation, and heartbreak, a journey of one woman who found herself caught in a web of deceit, only to discover the strength to break free. From love and loyalty to unimaginable revelations, this tale will keep you on the edge of your seat as we peel back the layers of a relationship gone horribly wrong.
I was 19 and started working at a popular retail store. While I was there, I met a guy named Derek, who also started working there. I was pretty vulnerable because I had come from a previous breakup, so I definitely rushed into this relationship. Fast forward 3 years, and we are still together. It's been very turbulent and up and down, but I'm a very loyal person, and I really thought we would get married. Throughout our time working together, he had friendships with other female coworkers. I was okay with it because I was friends with the girls, too, and it was more of a brother and sister dynamic. However, there was this girl named Samantha who seemed as if he liked her and was really flirty with her. However, Samantha had a boyfriend, so although it bothered me, I tried my best to overlook it since she was in a relationship. But it seemed like they were getting closer, and one time, he slipped up and said she was attractive to him. He said she listens and understands him, and that's why he talks to her so much. I found out he took her to the movies, and I cursed him out and told him to stop talking to her and that it was disrespectful. He painted it in a way where it was supposed to be a group movie hanging out with other people, but they all canceled, and it ended up being just them, BS. He said that he had stopped talking to her, and I noticed they no longer interacted at work, too, so I let it rest. She knew I disliked their friendship, so she felt it was best to stay away to avoid drama. Fast forward a year, and some change later, I quit that retail job and now work from home for a different company. However, I still have a lot of friends from my old retail job. My friend Taylor was hosting a birthday dinner, but this was during COVID-19 times, and my mother was high risk because she had a lung disease, so I tried my best not to go out and potentially bring back germs. I didn't attend the dinner, so I stayed home. My friends were all coworkers at the retail store where we worked. Since most of us are friends outside of work, pretty much everyone invited worked at our store. My friend Serena attended the dinner and was talking to another coworker, Stephanie. I don't remember how this came up, but they started talking about Samantha, and Stephanie says Samantha told her she's dating Derek now. Keep in mind that Samantha also quit her retail job, so she doesn't work there either. However, Derek still works there. Serena says it's impossible for Samantha to be dating Derek because Derek is dating me. Stephanie then pulls up her Snapchat conversation with Samantha, where she's talking about how happy she is with Derek, and says that's her boyfriend and that I must be mistaken because he's with her and not me. Serena takes out her phone and takes a photo of the Snapchat convoy between Samantha and Stephanie. Serena and I were close, so she texted me privately, told me what happened, and sent the screenshots. I thanked her for letting me know and immediately called Derek to meet and talk. I didn't want to tell him why I wanted to meet up because I didn't want to give him time to come up a lie or avoid seeing me. I also messaged Samantha on IG and told her to text me. Derek is at work unresponsive, and during this time, Samantha and I chat and uncover his lies. I found out they had been dating for about 10 months and had been in communication for 11 months. I found out there were times he was hanging out with her and was ignoring me. He was introducing her to friends and family, trifling as fuck, because they knew me too, so they knew he was cheating and played along. He lied and told her we broke up for good. He was talking to her about moving in and being with her, and having unprotected sex with us both. Several instances where he had sex with her one day and then sex with me the next day. Just for some backstory, as I mentioned, it was turbulent, so we had broken up 10 months prior. I initiated it because he was lazy in the relationship. Still, we got back together shortly after and stayed in communication continuously. She even told me around the time I was suspicious of her that he cheated on me with someone else. She says a girl came up to him one day outside of the job and kissed him, and she threatened to expose him but never did. While Samantha and I are exchanging stories and timelines, Derek finally calls me back. He refuses to meet me face to face, coward, because he knows he will get cursed out. He admits to everything and says he wanted to end the relationship with me because it felt stagnant. For clarity, he was mad that I couldn't move in with him because I take care of my mom. As I said before, she had a lung disease so she couldn't work. She was also older and undocumented. He says he didn't know how to tell me he had genuine feelings for Samantha, but he does care about me. I lose it. Of course, I left work early and sobbed, and a big part of me felt sad and betrayed. Derek refused to meet up with me, but he met with Samantha. She told me she was going to be done with him, and I told her the same thing. Fast forward months later, me and Derek end up working on our relationship. Yes, dumb I know. I will say during this time, he was highly depressed because he got fired from his job and was acting suicidal, and I tried to support him during that time. It was COVID, so due to his unemployment, he moved back down to his hometown, Florida, to stay with his family. So now we are working on our relationship. It's also long distance because of his move, and I also can't see him as much because of COVID and because my mom is high risk. In May 2021, my mom passed away from COVID-19 and pneumonia. 3 months later, he broke up with me because he had a lot going on. It was a bullshit excuse, and I was confused and also grieving. On top of that, the entire time I was grieving, he wasn't very supportive or there for me. Even though we are broken up, we still talk and see each other here and there and have sex. I'm severely depressed because of my mom's passing and just living day by day but wishing I could disappear. Derek isn't around as much because he has now moved officially to Chicago. He even shows me pictures of his apartment and shows up to my apartment one night with a birthday gift with a Chicago address on the box. He claims to have sent it, but it was being held by the post office. One night, I got a phone call at midnight from my best friend, Taylor. She tells me how Serena saw Derek on Snapchat at a baby shower, but it looks like he's the baby daddy, and the baby shower is for him. I recognize the baby mother is another one of his ex-girlfriends who I previously had a back and forth with. I also heard that Samantha saw this and was hurt by it, too, which means he has still been seeing Samantha almost 2 years later after he said he wasn't. So, of course, I blow his phone up, and he doesn't answer. I text Samantha, and she spills all the tea. She then tells me all the lies he has been telling her. She says she has kept it casual and in a sexual relationship with him because the trust got destroyed, and she starts telling me all these times he went to see her and how he didn't move to Chicago. He actually still lives in our city. We live in New York City. I am now furious because he's having a baby with an ex I previously had problems with, and he lied this entire time and was still sleeping with Samantha. Samantha gave me the address to his apartment, and Taylor and I decided we would go over there since he wouldn't answer. Keep in mind it's after midnight, but we go and he doesn't answer. I see his name on the mailbox out front, so I know he lives there and now cannot deny this. Turns out he lives there with the baby mama. We ended up leaving because it had really weird vibes, and we heard strange whispers. I realize he broke up with me in August because he had a baby on the way. It has nothing to do with wanting to better himself and him going through stuff. I talk more with Samantha over the next 2 days, and she exposes a lot of things they did, and I realize the times match up with times he says he wasn't in New York City or wasn't available to talk, and I realize he's lied a lot and is very manipulative. I ended up meeting up with him. I have him all the cards he got me back because I didn't want to see them. He tried to lie about a lot of the stuff Samantha told me, but I didn't believe him anymore. I told him we were done, but after linking I found out more lies from Samantha and confronted him. But of course he still lied via text and denied it, so I cursed him out and blocked him. He literally had a whole double life, dealing with 3 women. It was insane. I was so disgusted by him and I never get back with him, and it was the best decision ever. It's been almost 3 years now, and I am much happier. It's crazy because you see this stuff on TV and never think it will happen to you.
At first, it seemed like a typical relationship: love, loyalty, and the hope for a future together. But the cracks began to show: suspicious behavior, late-night revelations, and secrets too big to ignore. A tangled web of lies began to emerge, involving other women, hidden lives, and even a shocking pregnancy. As the truth came to light, the betrayal deepened, exposing just how far manipulation can go. What would you do if your entire world was turned upside down, and the person you trusted most was the one causing your pain? In the end, betrayal doesn't define you, your resilience does. This story isn't just about heartbreak, it's about rediscovering strength and reclaiming a life free from lies. Moving on is never easy, but sometimes it's the best thing you can do for yourself. Today, 3 years later, happiness and healing have replaced the chaos and confusion. Let this be a reminder that even in the darkest moments, there's a path to freedom, growth, and self-love. The truth may hurt, but it's what sets us free.